Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel where today it is the start of the MLB playoffs. In fact, the Tigers and Astros have already started game one of their series. I'm a little bit late with my playoff predictions. Work has been really crazy for me the past few days, but I still wanted to get in my predictions before the majority of the games got into the swing of it. And today, well, all four wild card round games are going on, so let's go ahead and predict who I think is going to win each of them series by series and who I think the eventual World Series champion will be. So first off, in the American League, we got the Tigers and Astros here. Detroit has been riding a red-hot September and August to sneak their way into the playoffs as a 6th seed in the AL, while Houston, after a very slow start, was able to pick the pieces up of their season and were able to win the AL West. But for me, I think the Tigers are going to win this series in 3 games. I think it's going to be a very close series, but Detroit is the hotter of the two teams. They've been more impressive of late, and I think their hot start will continue on into the divisional series. And then we get to the second wild card series in the American League, Kansas City and Baltimore. This is going to be a very, very competitive series. Kansas City has been sputtering of late, almost missed the playoffs if Minnesota didn't completely suck the bed. And Baltimore also had a slow end to their season. Hitting for both these teams have not been that good. It's going to come down to what pitching staff that I believe in will be better and bullpen. And to me, that is Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to win in 3. It's going to be a very low-scoring, very pitch-heavy series, but I think the Royals will be able to knock off the Orioles. And then in the National League, we got the Mets and Brewers. The Mets split the series with the Braves to make it into the playoffs as the 6th seed, knocking out the Diamondbacks, while the Brewers were able to cruise to a NL Central crown pretty handily, if I might add, due to the poor performance of the NL Central. I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers here. They just took 2 out of 3 from the Twins in the last series. The only reason why they lost the third game was because they played all their backups, basically. And I think the Brewers will win this in 2 games. I really do believe in this Brewers team to at least make it out of the wild card and into a very fun series with the Phillies. So Milwaukee over the Mets. Then we got the Braves and Padres. I'm going San Diego here in 2. The Braves had kind of just limped into the playoffs this year. They're a very injured team, while San Diego has just been very, very good. They have the 3rd best record in the National League, even above the Brewers. And the reason why they win their division was because the Dodgers were in the division as well. So that's what I have coming out of the wild card: the Tigers, Royals, Brewers, and Padres. Let's go to the divisional series. I think the Tigers' luck will run out. I think Cleveland will win this in 4. I think Cleveland is just a better version of Detroit. They got better hitting, better pitching. They had the better bullpen. I think Detroit will make it scrappy, but I think Cleveland will be able to advance to the ALCS. And then the other ALCS team will be the New York Yankees. I think this will be a 4-game series. They just have a better offense than the Royals, and I think that will prevail them to victory. Then the Phillies and Brewers is going to be a very interesting one, as the Brewers recently took 2 out of 3 against the Phillies in very, very close pitching duels. It comes down to me. I think both offenses are pretty equal in terms of what they do. The Brewers are more speed, defense, and a little bit of pop, while the Phillies are all power. Pitching staff starters goes to Philly, slight edge, even though the Brewers were able to get the best of them the last time they faced them. But I really think this series will come down to the bullpen, and in that I give the Brewers the advantage. I think this is going to be a very close series. It is going to be a 5-game set, but I think Milwaukee will be able to get just enough against the Phillies pitching to win the series. And then Padres and Dodgers, I think the Dodgers will win this series in 5. It is going to be a very, very close series, but I think just having Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman gives the Dodgers the edge over the Padres in a very, very close 5-game set. I am worried about the Dodgers pitching, though. That could be their undoing. Then Guardians versus Yankees. I do think the Yankees will win this series in 6 games. I just don't think Cleveland has enough hitting to keep up with the Yankees offense, even though I do think Cleveland's pitching staff is better than the Yankees. But it is going to be a very, very close series there. and I think the Yankees will take over the Guardians. And unfortunately, I think that the Brewers' run will come to an end against the Dodgers in 6 games. Again, very similar to the Guardians. The Brewers just don't have enough offense to keep up with the Dodgers. But they did split the most recent series against each other. But I think the Dodgers will be able to win this series in 6 over Milwaukee, crushing my heart again and making the Dodgers my most hated team in baseball. Then the World Series, MLB's dream, Yankees, Dodgers. I think it's going to be the Dodgers in 6. Because Judge versus Ohtani, Soto versus Freeman. And I think the Dodgers are the better team overall, but it's going to be a very offensively focused series. And I think the Dodgers will win the World Series this year in 6 games over the New York Yankees. So that is my predictions for the MLB playoffs. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below and who you predict will be the World Series champion. Me personally, I am hoping it's the Brewers, but my head says otherwise. But that's all I got for today. I'll see you very soon. Peace.